We welcome you live here on iRacing, the subscription service to iRacing Super Speedway, the racetrack. This, of course, is the fictitious racetrack modeled after the Coca-Cola Super Speedway that was introduced in NASCAR Racing 2003 season for PC. iRacing decided one day, let's just port over this fake track that doesn't exist, that isn't a figment of our imaginations. Let's put it in iRacing. And so they did. And so we show up here again today for the XASCAR Cessna Cup Series to be racing once more here on BRN. We apologize for the extended break we have had here on BRN with the XASCAR Cessna Cup Series, but we do welcome you back here coming into the new year 2026. We kick off our coverage here at iRacing Super Speedway. Last week was a race at Sandown, and the last couple of races that have run, I do believe, have been covered by Enrique Cucolon. So if you are looking for any race replays and you have not been able to find them, if you're someone who follows XASCAR but has not been on the Discord server or anything like that, you can find them at Enrique Cucolon's YouTube channel. He has been so gracious as to cover those for me while I have been out. But we're back here today. Dawson Allen, Enrique Cucolon in the booth at this track. Enrique, high speeds, high octane action, but a lot of chaos can ensue here tonight. What are we looking forward to at a track that doesn't have a real life counterpart?
Well, Dustin, glad to be back up here in the BRN booth tonight. As you said, over the last few weeks, I have been covering this XASCAR Cessna Cup Series. A lot has happened. Some big action, of course, at Chicagoland with a few flips that we had there, and of course, Sandown last week with the darkness. But today we head to iRacing Super Speedway. Only 3 races for me until the chase. Time is running out. If you're one of those drivers below the cutoff line, and you know, so iRacing Super Speedway, anybody can win here. And I feel like, you know, combine the chaos already of iRacing Super Speedway with the Gen 6 cars and the big tall spoiler that allows these cars to get huge, massive runs down the straightaways. It's just going to be a recipe for disaster, I feel like. And we already got some cars here in qualifying. Some flipping over after their qualifying attempts, but it's going to be a fun night for us here, not only in the booth, but also for the guys out there on the racetrack making moves and working the lanes.
Hopefully it's fun. I know it's fun when the racing is going on. The thing that I absolutely oppose on this racetrack are the length of the cautions. It is such a long, drawn-out process when a caution flag comes out of this racetrack. It takes forever to get back around, to get back to going racing. So hopefully we don't have a lot of cautions. Hopefully these guys are able to keep it straight and just give us some good, hard racing for this session. So qualifying is about to commence here. Actually, I think qualifying technically it looks like it was qualifying just then. Because it's showing Q like it was a qualifying session. Was it an open qualifier? It shouldn't have been. Unless it was just saying we're getting ready to... Yeah, it was saying that was the qualifying. Huh, okay. Well, so we had an open qualifier for the race. That's interesting. We're getting ready to race for 67 laps, of course. Here at iRacing Super Speedway, we'll take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's running of the Hell is Real, and we're all living in it. 200 here at iRacing Super Speedway. Starting on the pole position tonight, it is the man who has dominated this series every time he races here, Alexander Hyder. He's already won 5 races this season. He looks to make it 6 here tonight on the high banks. He's got Christian Visconti, a great Super Speedway racer, going to be starting outside of him. In row 2, it's Chase Gibbons making a return back to the league as well, with Ethan Workman to his outside. You got Logan Pooh and Brandon Thomas together in row 3. Row 4, it's Ethan Harrison and Marcus Vanderlee. And then rounding out your top 10, it's Nick Donati and Gabe Kuzola.
Row number 6 being performed by Jason Marshall and Brad Sawinski. Row number 7, that's Garrett White and Michael Haley. Row number 8, Michael Madrian and Hunter Collier. 9th row, Tyler Dixon and Nicholas Budimlik, one of those drivers looking to make his way into the chase right there at the cutoff line. And running out your top 20, Chris Lilly and Connor Trafari.
Starting in 21st place tonight is the 43 of Donald Stern with Dimitri Munders on his outside. It's Connor Zola and Ryan Barone, pardon me. They are in row number 12. Row 13 sees Michael Kennedy and Jamie Wright. Then it's Jeff Acevedo and Jacob Mitchell running out your field of 28 drivers. A lot of guys have the name Michael tonight for some reason in iRacing. I'm not too sure why, but that includes Visconti. That includes... Haley in the 13, that's Quentin Haley. Jordan Mattern's in the 68. I mentioned Ryan Barone in the 46. So I'm not sure what the bit is. There must be some kind of bit. I don't get it, but I do notice that every single one of them, I believe, also has a paint scheme that just says Michael on the quarter panel and has a blue outline number. Visconti's one of the first ones. Trafari is doing burnouts already. Oh, Lord. I'm not looking forward to this. But if I zoom, I'm going to use... Let me see if I can find a good camera angle to really... You can just see the 81 car, or the 80 car right here. I'll zoom in on Visconti. I'm not too sure who that's supposed to be. I'm not sure what the joke is supposed to be. But Quentin Haley's got it too. I mentioned he's got it. I mentioned 57 of Kennedy. I'm not too sure. I think it's Wayne Kennedy's who it's supposed to be. But they've all got Michael on their cars. I'm not sure what this bit is, but hey, why not, right?
Yeah, of course, some of these guys having some fun out here tonight with those with the Michael and their names, and of course the paint scheme selection that some of the guys have picked for tonight's event. But looks like Wayne Kennedy actually joining into the session now, so I'm not really sure if that's, you know, Michael Kennedy out here on the track. I'm not really sure how that's going to play out, but we're coming to green here.
Yeah, the field coming off of turn number 4, the very steep, very high banks here at iRacing Superspeedway. The pace car should be veering off towards the safety of pit lane. How about some racing here at one of the craziest racetracks you'll ever see in iRacing? Green flag in hand by the official. We are racing here at iRacing Superspeedway. Field kind of getting settled in quickly, getting some packs set together, and getting everything organized as Alexander Hyder, AJ Hyder, leads lap number 1. You got Jason Marshall on the outside. Now the worry for these cars is going to be how comfortable they ride with these speeds. So you can push pretty good in these cars. You can draft pretty good in these cars. The problem comes with the pushes, with the handling, with those aggressive moves you might see guys make, like Trafari's made to the top. It's going to be a factor tonight with guys trying to move around the track. They're going to lose control, and they are going to cause an accident.
Yeah, and I feel like those people at the bottom of the racetrack right now, you see them entering those corners. Some of these guys that run the bottom, they cannot enter the corners how they want to, so they just shoot up the track, and of course that has caused issues there. Before I escaped, because that's Jamie Wright with the 26 there. They were 4 wide for a second there, but they managed to keep it going.
Yeah, you kind of see it as they enter the corners. They shoot up the track just really aggressively. When they enter the corners, you see them about to go split in the field. Chris Lee tried to drop back, maybe, but doesn't do it. But watch the 24. They'll try to go for the bottom lane. He's able to hold it. But some of these cars will just wash up in the corner, and it will cause problems as this race goes on for this field. As you can see, some more drivers starting to drop out of this top pack. Chris Lee going to shoot to lead the line that time. Another lane, outside lane forming. There is the 80, or the 1 car. I was about to say the 86. That is Chase Gibbons, of course. The Fred Jones paint scheme you would load up to as your default driver scheme in NASCAR Racing 2003 on the computer. This Papyrus Racing Chevy Camaro being represented by Chase Gibbons. He's looking to win tonight. The track that Fred Jones is home track is allegedly here tonight.
Yeah, you talked about, the recent absence by Chase Gibbons here. Of course, has had some stuff to deal with himself, but instantly back here tonight, first race back, and he's running inside of the top 5.
Good run going so far for the one. You see that in 98 there, I think it was on the outside and going to the race maybe for a split second. So then it's Logan on the outside. Collier up further ahead in the race lead. Oh my God, I think that was Marcus Vanderlee. That was all out of sorts. He gathers it up and saves it. Door to door, Brandon Thomas and Garrett White as they head down the backstretch. You can see this pack is just a little rambunctious right now as they come into 3 and 4.
Yeah, I've seen some people already go 3 wide. There you see Vanderlee once again going 3 wide to the top of the racetrack here. As they come back to start lap number 6.
Third lane working, Vanderlee a little upset there for the push coming from the 25 of Garrett White. They head back into turn number 1. The 26, showing the 26, the 25 in sim up against that outside wall. I think that might have been Quentin Haley that got it. Quentin Haley right there in the 13. I think that's Ethan Harrison in the 77. But we're all chasing Hunter Collier for now. Up there in the 98 machine on the top side, leading the field. Jamie Wright now going to go to the outside as 98 ducks down low. Should be saying it's Michael Collier, I guess, compared to how everyone else is doing it. So Michael Collier is on the inside lane. He didn't commit to the name change bit. Shame on him. At the line that time it was Collier over Wright, but Wright now storming on the outside trying to get to the race lead. And the thing I'm noticing here, Enrique, as these guys are making these laps and making those dashes to the line off of turn number 4, the advantage at the start-finish line looks like it's starting to go to the outside lane at first. The inside lane gets the momentum back heading into the corner, but the outside lane has the lead of the line generally. Could that play a factor on lap 67?
Oh, for sure, definitely. I mean, it's only the start of the race. The drivers really getting used to their cars, but I feel like once we get into the race itself, that little chute that these drivers go into the entrance of the corner, how they shoot up the track. I feel like that's gonna be for now. Oh, the XASCAR Cessna Cup Series has to actually go 4 wide for second there with a lap car. Yeah, Connor Trafari there, being pushed to the outside, but the driver gained more control of the cars, and I feel like we may see some more equal runs here by the lanes as the race continues.
And we saw it again to line that time. Of course, the help came with the draft off the lap car. I think that was the 23 car of Wayne Kennedy. He's 2 laps down now in the 23, but back in the draft, back in the pack. You saw the run that the 53 was able to get off of that draft in 23, got to the line first that lap. But the runs are just insane. I mean, you see these runs that come. Watch this. The 03 will jump up the outside, and it's just right on through. Let's see. I don't know if we have I'm trying to see if I have something that shows. I think the battle ticker does. Pull that up real quick and see if that shows our speeds. Oh! Jamie Wright's around!
Into the wall.
Hard hit for Jamie Wright. Inside wall, single car accident. Looks like he's going to stay back rolling as we stay green, but you can see the speeds these drivers are encountering here, getting up to about the 240 mark, maybe even the 245, as they make their way down the straightaways, watching with what the 03 machine can do, 240 at the line that time. And mind you, that's 240 with cars 4 at the time for Chase Gibbons entering turn number 1. Let me change this to a battle curve, and that should show you some higher speeds here. As Hunter Collier is in the draft, he is drafting behind the 03 of Ethan Workman, and you'll see this change, just 244, 245 as, Chase Gibbons blocking Chris Lilly. As they head down into turn 3, Nick Donati now leading the outside lane. That Lowe's Power of Pride machine Jimmy Johnson drove in 2018. At the Coke 600, he's driving a iRacing Super Speedway. He takes it to the lead, but how long? Garrett White ducks to the inside. Here comes the 26 machine, coming for the top spot once again. Clemson colors have never looked worse, in my opinion, as they make their way around this racetrack. Not a big fan of Clemson. Garrett White put him in second place right now. Just behind Nick Donati. Chris Lilly is in third. Ethan Workman is fourth, but thinking about going for more. He ducks to the outside, then back to the inside. Lilly defends the inside. Here comes Hyder with a huge run. Lilly going to pull up as well. You see Garrett White go to the race lead as well. As Garrett White takes the top spot for now as they head back towards turn number 1. This pack of cars all tight and taut together as they come around through the corners, heading down the backstretch. Chris Lilly gets the wall. Keeps it pointing the right direction. Garrett White shooting all the way up to the outside lane to take off and block off that run. Here comes Donati on the inside. The run for the 93. Stacking up there. Logan Pooh in the 01 car. Stacking this field up a little bit as they head down into turn number 3. Donati shuffled to the inside there. You see them going 3 wide, almost thinking about 4 wide there. Can't tell. I think it's Christian Visconti in the 80 car. Going to shove it 4 wide for the race lead. How about a 4 wide move? And it's going to stick for the 80 car on the outside. Help coming from Ethan Harrison. How about Visco?
What a move by the driver of the number 80, and Chris Lilly just didn't expect that. He's going 3 wide once again, but he had to go all the way to the top of the racetrack. Oh my goodness.
They hold it together for now. Garrett White, Chris Lilly all over the place. They keep it pointed right ways. We stay racing. We stay, well, green. All that shuffling.
Now a little bit of...
Yeah, a little bit of gap. You'll see how quick it evaporates.
Yeah, big gap now. But here comes Lilly once again.
These cars provide some pretty big runs at your Daytonas and your Talladegas. They provide monstrous runs at this racetrack. You see Lilly going to the inside. White goes to the outside.
Whoa.
There's an aggressive block. Even Harrison wrecking.
Crash!
Nick Donati! It was Nick Donati on the outside wall. Hyder's in it. Heavy damage for the 24. There's the 37 as well involved. Jacob Mitchell. But heavy damage to the 24 machine. That front end is destroyed, and that's going to be his night here in the 24 camp. They're not going to get their 6th win of the season tonight. Taking a look at your BRN replay. It all kind of just transpires back behind the leaders. I don't think it's a process of what we saw happen. It's kind of hard to tell from that angle.
It looks like it starts with the 56 going down, and Donati wanted to go up to challenge that run, and just Mundros and the 14 was there.
Just a bunch of shuffling, and there you see Donati into the outside wall. Hyder nowhere to go. Take a look from the drone cam in the infield section. Talking about the aggressive moves everybody's making, trying to shuffle around in lines and stuff. Vanderlei goes low. Donati trying to go high. There's a car there. Mundros involved. Jacob Mitchell gets a piece, and the big hit there for Hyder. Likely going to be his night. And send him packing early. Right on board 24. Just how what's the patch to feel? You see a car spinning ahead of you, it shoots right back down the track, and you've got no shot of missing it.
And that's one little unusual property with these Gen 6 cars. You know, they hit the wall and instantly shoot back down the track. We saw that a few weeks ago at Chicagoland with, I believe it was the 12th car back then. Not really sure who was the driver there, but we saw the incident there with Logan Pooh and Chris Lilly, and Lilly's car just shot down the track right into the 12's path, and that's what causes that 12th car to flip over.
Pit stops being made. You see the 80 and the 77, Visconti and Harrison getting out first.
What a great job that both Visconti and Ethan Harrison have done here to get up to the lead. And we saw Chris Lilly try to challenge that lead earlier before the caution came out, but they managed to maintain 1 and 2 for now.
Hunter Collier rolls off third. Connor Zola gets off fourth. And Vanderlee is in fifth.
You should be getting the 1 to go signal here.
And you see what I mean with these long-ass cautions. These caution flags take forever here at this racetrack as we pace around some more before we get back racing.
And we actually made it a little bit before we got our first caution of the night. Caution came out lap 14. We're going to restart on lap 18. It was a little bit of a green flag run there that we got.
Our way finally back to the front stretch to get the restart going on lap 18. The field starts to get back up to speed. It is Christian Visconti, Ethan Harrison, the front row, heading for the restart zone. Green flag is going to be back in the air. We are racing once again here at iRacing Super Speedway.
A big jump by Visconti there to allow his, let's call it Michael teammate.
Ooh, Brandon Thomas gets shuffled out of the equation. They're going 3 wide further back here. Gabe Cazzola, Quentin Haley, and I think that's Connor Trafari. Settle it quickly. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. We're still good. We're still green. Further back here in the top 10, I think it was Nick Budimlik that shot to the outside lane from the bottom lane. Just out of the blue, went way up high, no help, so he goes back behind the 01 Logan Poo. 3 and 4, back down the front stretch. It's even Workman now as you're racing.
Yeah, Workman worked with Garrett White down the backstretch. That's 3 wide now for third. Here comes Vanderlee. Oh, way up the track there.
Jeff Acevedo in the 65 car.
Oh, Budimlik!
Still good.
He managed to keep it straight.
Yeah. Everybody's wheels pointing in the right direction thus far. Still good. Still great. Catching up to a slow car right now. I believe that's the 37 of Jacob Mitchell. It's Jamie Wright, 1 lap down right now in the 89. Going to be 2 laps down. Oh my God, we almost had a pile up at the front here. That was Vanderlee, Pooh, and Workman. I think they all about squeezed into each other and just wrecked the entire field. Vanderlee back to the outside. He's the guy to watch tonight. He wants to be aggressive and try to lead this race. He goes to the race lead once more. Here comes Chase Gibbons down through the middle. Look at the run. Boot Diemlich gets in the 78 down the bottom lane. They shoot down into turn 3. Close quarters racing. Vanderlee leads. Lilly, a winner here before at this racetrack, pardon me, is in second.
Yeah, Lilly, the current, the defending winner here of this race, actually. So he knows how to get the checker flag here at iRacing Super Speedway.
And I do believe that race also ended with him being pushed to the lead. Connor Zola got the wall in the back there on the exit of the corner. He's off the pace. Everybody getting around him just fine. But he slammed the outside wall there on the exit at turn 2. Still right direction, still green.
Nick Budimlik once again making it 3 wide, making some aggressive moves to try to get to the front of this field.
Ooh, and he almost bucked off Quentin Haley as they headed into turn 1. Contact between Haley and Gibbons. Stay pointed in the right direction. A-OK here. They are going at it neck and neck, head to toe on this racetrack. Like it's the last lap. We have still got 45 laps to go this next time by. And the racing like it's the last lap. Oh my God! Haley and Harrison about made contact. We're 3 wide for the lead again. Look at the head of Steve Trafari has. Look at Connor Trafari. 4 wide, down to 3. Wow. Lee pushes Lilly around. Almost they go. And I believe it's Harrison that loses speed. He loses momentum, shuffled back through the field. Vanderlee, Trafari side by side. The run that Connor Trafari had from the middle of turn 4 to right now has got to be one of the most perfectly managed moves I've ever seen. He went high, he went low, he ducked and weaved and bobbed and got everywhere he needed to put that car to get to what was then second, is now being shuffled back as he sits in the inside lane. There's Quentin Haley on his outside, but look at this run. He gets a big shot coming to Chris Lilly. Oh, sliding
oh my God, what a move by
Haley.
Did
He maybe had an inch of clearance and he took it. And he takes over the late race lead as Budimlik leaves Lilly hanging there 4 wide once again. Back there for 3rd place. This track is wide enough for 5 wide, but it's sketchy enough to where you don't want to even go 4 wide. The drivers will do it anyways.
Trafari now with a little bit of a gap here. The rest of the field going to come with a huge run down the backstretch.
Hey, 4 wide for the lead again. How about it for a second? Budimlik. Oh, there goes Harrison. Marshall around. Caution is out. Marshall tags, I believe that is going to be the 57 of Kennedy. It's Madron that also got involved. Jason Marshall. Big hit, same for Ethan Harrison. Problems for the defending series champion here at iRacing Super Speedway on lap number 25. And we got a wreck after the caution. Car around here. Nick Budimlik is around. We'll have to go back and see what happens to him to put him around in the grass. So we're going to go back and look. Just real quick looking at what happened to Budimlik. He was slowing up on the brakes from the top side of the track and just lost it. It's interesting enough for him, but he is okay after that. But we're looking for Ethan Harrison, which is right here. Now with the 3 car up ahead. Harrison trying to shoot to the outside lane. Actually, maybe netcode contact with Quentin Haley. Oh my God! I can't tell. I think
Yep.
that might have been the 57 of Michael Kennedy, who takes a hell of a hit into Jason Marshall, sliding down the racetrack. We're going to go on board with him. This is going to be a big hit. If your face is on this hood, look away. Bang. Like I said, almost looks like a netcode contact between Quentin Haley and Ethan Harrison. Sends them around. Big damage for a couple cars in this one.
Yeah, and
coming to pit road.
Yeah, and for Jason Marshall, the bad luck continues. It seems like Jason has tried to put himself in position. Already has a win this season, but man, just our defending champion has not had the results so far, and you know he seems to get involved in these crashes. Of course, lap 1 in Chicagoland. Last week it was last week it was a top 10 effort for Jason, but between here, the amount of laps he had to make up at California and other little incidents this season, the defending champion has had it tough. But he is still inside of the chase battle and looking to capture another championship here in a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking good in the points, but you mentioned just that kind of hit or miss scale. So he won 2 races to open this season. He had the win at Kansas, and he followed up 2 weeks later with a win at Auto Club in October, but that was October last year. He's had a couple bad races. The bad race at Indy that transpired for him, 22nd place finish there. Chicagoland, you mentioned, he had a lot of problems there before the winter break. And then last week at Sandown, brought it home 6th through the darkness, but Jason Marshall will not be bringing home a good finish tonight. Big hits for him. He is currently 20th place. He's on pit road getting damage repaired, but he is going to be behind the 8 ball with damage at a track that's so aero dependent and so dependent on your car not being damaged. But how about Wayne Kennedy in the 23 car? Talking about guys who have been misfortunate. How about a guy who's been fortunate? Wayne Kennedy gets the 2 cautions he needs to get back on the lead lap, so he'll be able to race with this pack and be in contention for the lead. Interesting strategy calls here. As some of the field comes down pit lane, they wanted to pit and take some extra fuel or maybe get some extra damage. Got a car that was black flagged. That is Marcus Vanderlei in the 56. He has a black flag he'll have to serve, whether that be on the restart or be on pit lane. We'll have to see. See Hyder pulling off pit road there at damage number 24. Still holding strong in the lead lap. And that's the other benefit about this track with how big it is. If you get set behind the 8 ball, you get, on the lead lap and having a lot of damage repaired, when the race goes green, you've got a lot of time before the field catches you. You've got a decent amount of time. So you can keep getting the car worked on, keep getting repairs done, stay on the lead lap without any issues. And so far right now, only 3 cars now 1 lap down. That includes Jason Marshall, Michael Madron, and Michael Kennedy. Jordan Madron, of course, in the 68, and then it is Kennedy in the 57. I want to say it's Wayne Kennedy. I could be wrong. Garrett White is disconnected, so is Jamie Wright, so is Nick Donati, and then Connor Zola showing 27th. He is currently 3 laps down in the 16 machine, likely knocked the toe link out of that car, but he's back on track, so he had to get some damage repaired. But he's back to racing. He's jumped Jamie Wright. He'll jump Garrett White in just a few laps, so we'll have a White Wright Donati DNF session there for those 3 drivers, finishing 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th in this race here tonight.
Yeah, and one driver that I thought would have been out of this race, but is surprisingly still out here on the track, is that 24 car AJ Hyder. He is still running out here, although missing the entire front bumper in that 24 car, but he is still out here on the lead lap and looking to get some points.
All that damage repair he's getting because of these cautions, these long caution laps, really paying dividends for that 24 camp. Space car is off. Logan Poo is your race leader with Chris Lilley to the outside. Coming to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. 40 laps left of racing here at iRacing Super Speedway. Outside lane prevailing there with Lilley heading into turn number 1. So side by side they go. Top. Poo on the bottom.
Workman gonna send it 3 wide and
oh, Chase Gibbons! He wants the race lead, fighting hard for it. Down to the inside, they go 3 wide, tied on the door. It's Chris Lilly. They're able to keep from wrecking each other here up front, down to the back. Trafari is slowing down. I think he might have got sent up high, just about kissed the wall. But he gathers it up, he saves it, and he keeps on rolling. As the race leader, Ethan Workman trying to defend. Chase Gibbons jumps back to the outside lane now. He'll get a push from Hunter Collier in the 98 car as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Gibbons, Workman, the top 2, battling for the race lead.
Big shot now from Logan Poo all the way to the back bumper of the 03 of Workman. Rest of the field starting to catch up just now.
Jinx him. I really don't want to jinx him, but don't count out Gabe Cazole.
Oh!
Quentin Haley, Hunter Collier just about got into each other. I was going to say, don't count out Gabe Cazole. He's not been up front leading laps. He's not been putting himself in harm's way. Just hanging out, running laps, keeping this car clean, and trying to make a push at the end of this race. That hazelnut spread end of this car Kyle Busch drove back in 2019. Nicholas Budimak shoots to the bottom lane. He's also got a paint scheme we've seen racing in real life. This scheme, of course, the number 78, this is the scheme that we saw Furniture Row Racing back when they first opened their doors in 2006. I want to say Joe Nemechek was the driver of this specific machine. And there's 2 Fred Jones schemes, of course, the 28 as well. Brad Sawinski, haven't talked about him a lot tonight. He is up here in 6th place now. He's driving that Fred Jones machine as well, looking to get the checkered flag here tonight as well with the NR 2003 inspiration.
And you talk about Gabe Cazole and how he always seems to find his way at the end of these super speedway races. Actually, he is the driver that won the season opener at Daytona to open up this XASCAR Cessna Cup Series season, so he knows how to get it done at the plate tracks.
Part of why I mentioned him here is because he is our winner at Daytona, the other super speedway so far this season. And of course, prolific at the super speedway.
Oh! Lilly!
Chris Lilly, the defending winner of this race, is in the wall. Connor Trafari has a black flag assessed to him. Not sure what happened. Did he wreck onto pit road? Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like he went down pit road to avoid the incident.
So we're going to go back and see what happened. Yeah, he goes down pit road to miss this accident. It's Chris Lilly that's involved in it. Just gets turned there, I think. I can't tell which one of the Michael cars that is.
That would be Visconti, the 80.
There's Visco right there. The 80 machine. Harrison right behind him right there. The 77 as they come off the turn. Bad push and then finishes the job. Jeff Acevedo, so lucky to miss it. Dimitri Mundras just having to snake down the track to miss a spinning 53 car. We're going to ride on board with him. That was a hell of a dodge there by Dimitri Mundras. Jeff Acevedo maybe got a little bit of damage from Henny. Watch Mundras, watch this reaction happen to see this happen. Down, 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 down. Oh! Just makes it by. So Chris Lilly damage, I think he might have towed.
Looks like Chris Lilly was.
Yeah, he got his get back. He got his get back is what happened. He rolled up to Christian Visconti here under the caution. He went to the 80 car. And he just turned him.
Showing his displeasure.
Totally uncalled for. I get being mad at a guy, I get not being happy that you wrecked, but don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. It's a game. Get him back when the race is going and then like really mess him up if you're wanting to mess him up. Right? Doing that under caution gets you removed from the race, and that's it. Chris Lilly didn't do anything to Visconti there. He just mildly inconveniences him instead of actually doing anything. So I'm not advocating for it. I don't want drivers intentionally wrecking each other because it makes for a bad product. But if you're going to intentionally wreck somebody, at least do it when it's green so they can actually, like, have consequences for their actions if that's what you're wanting to punish. But I digress. So, pit stops have been made. I think this field can maybe make it to the end of this race now on fuel. I think is where we're at. Not sure how the fuel mileage is working at this track. It's very different from every other racetrack. So, Hunter Collier, though, is first off pit lane. Quentin Haley is second. Nick Budimlik is third. Logan Poo is fourth. Brad Sawinski is in fifth. Taking fuel only again on these stops. I get the feeling we're close to a fuel mileage situation.
In the last few cautions, we talked about how that greatly helped out the 24 of AJ Hyder. Another driver being helped out by this caution is Jason Marshall in the 3 car, who's back in the lead lap. Getting some more damage repairs in that number 3 machine. Michael Madron and Marcus Vanderlee coming in for a second round of pit stops. Of course, we mentioned at the top of the show, only 3 races counting this one to go until the start of the chase with the XASCAR Cessna Cup Series. Of course, next week we head to Texas Motor Speedway, and of course, the regular season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway. We always talk about Homestead being the season finale, but here it's the regular season finale. And then, of course, the top 12 will advance into the chase. So, you're one of those drivers below the cut line. You sure want to have a good points day here today.
Yeah, and having this kind of track this close to that cut line date, man, is it tense. These drivers are ready to take it on, as it is the 98 of Hunter Collier on the inside line, leading this field back to green, back to racing here at iRacing Super Speedway. On the inside, he's got Budimlik behind him. Quentin Haley on the outside, he's got Logan Poo behind him. Brad Sawinski blinks out, fades up the racetrack to get out of harm's way, and get out of his way as they shoot down the backstretch, heading back for turn 3 up to speed once again.
Nick Budimlik, one of those drivers that's not afraid to make moves. We see him throughout the night and getting all the way up to the lead now. Is that 78?
And it's crazy too to say this. I think it's the first time he's led tonight, as he has been all over the place and everywhere but first. So now he finds himself leading this field with Quentin Haley in his rear view mirror.
Further back, Trafari going to try to repeat his 3-wide move. Not going to work this time. He's going to get to the back.
Then shuffled back and left to regroup, reset, and try it again. Budimlik leads, and here comes the charge in the outside lane, led by Logan Poo, I think in that 01 machine. Oh, Haley hit the apron! Stacks up that outside lane, stacks everybody up behind Budimlik. We keep it straight, keep it green. Budimlik with a huge advantage, though. And now where do you defend? Workman getting shoved on the outside. He's getting shuffled down the line. Collier now moving in the middle lane with help, I believe, from Visconti.
Vanderlei gonna get in the wall there. He's gonna keep it straight. But we saw Haley absolutely catch the apron there in turn number 3, shot up the track and shuffled to the back. You just cannot afford to do that in a situation where, you know, other cars are around you. And man, that was almost a big hit, a big crash there.
Yeah, that could have wiped out a lot of this field here. But so far, we've been a little lucky with the accidents being only maybe 1 or 2 cars, maybe 4 at the max. We'll see if that stays the same as we're over the halfway point. Hunter Collier leading the outside lane back to the front with Christian Visconti in tow. They'll look down to lead the inside line. Visconti with Ethan Harrison behind him, pushing, heading off of turn number 2. Ooh, an aggressive dive down the bottom lane by Visconti. He shoves Budimuk, who's going to end up shoving Collier.
Oh! Big shots for the lead right now. Gonna have a block there on the top side of the racetrack. Chase Givens
top through the middle because of all that. You see a lot of guys fading back through the field because of that shuffling about.
Trifari gonna go all the way to the top of the racetrack. And how about Wayne Kennedy? He started this race 2 laps down, has made its way all the way back up to the lead lap. Now inside of the top 10 here, lap 39.
Wayne Kennedy in the 23 car, he is up here in the mix. He had another car that just joined us. I was confused at who the hell that was in that split scheme. It's Ryan Barone, the 46 car showing up here, 33 laps down. He's got nothing really to race for, so he's here. He's racing. He can get some spots. We'll have to keep running the rest of this race to get up to about maybe 24th place. So if he can get those points, he can get those points. But Wayne Kennedy shuffled back out, dropping back to the back of this field as the front 5, the inside line are right there together. And by the way, look who's now back up here in contention for this lead pack. How about the 24 of AJ Hyder? The front end was broken off that car. We thought he was done for. He's gotten it fixed, he's gotten it repaired, and he's looking competitive here once again.
Yeah, getting some help there from Ryan Barone, who we talked about. Wow, what a recovery drive for Hyder, all the way back inside of the top 5 now. And as these guys get to fighting up front here, he might have a shot to take the lead up once again.
Still shuffling all about Brandon Thomas. Oh, there goes
Ethan Harrison! Oh!
Huge accident for Ethan Harrison. Heavy damage. The 77 ate the outside wall. And
big hit for Haley.
Under caution. Yeah, Quentin Haley, I think, got a big hit as well out of that. 2 cars in the Michael conglomerate are out of it. We'll take a look at the replay and show you what happened here. That was a heck of a shot that these drivers both took. They're in turn number 1. Stacking up right there. Vanderlei gets into the 77, and my goodness, it just rips into the wall. I'm not sure this angle will show us. I think it's the perfect angle right here. You'll see the 77 come right up in the wall. Pow!
Ouch!
And well, just how bad this hit was.
And one driver that's very lucky to survive that was Brandon Thomas, who net-coded his way through that incident.
With the high speeds here, yeah, you're going to end up net-coding through it. But he gets through. He's all good. And he goes on to keep racing here. Everybody's gonna
The
pit.
drivers coming down. Yeah.
Yeah, likely gonna
Down
be
pit
to
road.
get to the end of this race on fuel. As everybody pits. I believe this could make it to the end of the race. I'm not too sure fuel mileage wise. Again, here this track is very different than everything else we ever race at, so it's hard to be able to point and say, yeah, this will be better, this will be worse. So, just have
Workman
to
gonna
wait
be the
and
first
see.
off pit road.
Yep, he'll win the race off. Some more drivers out of this one, likely after that accident, including the likes of Ethan Harrison and Quentin Haley, going to be out after those heavy hits with the outside wall. We got the 57. Kennedy is still on pit road. He's 6 laps down. Jordan Madron is 7 laps down. Chris Lilly is the first car out in 25th place. Then Garrett White, Jamie Wright, and Nick Donati. Ryan Barone is on the racetrack. He is still running 33 laps down as it stands right now in the 46. So his goal is to try to at least get some positions throughout this race. He can do so pretty easy. He's got a lot of drivers he can pick off that are off the racetrack. He can get to, I think, at a high of 24th place. Maybe 25th. We'll just have to see how it all shakes out if we get any overtime or anything else. We got some cars that are coming down pit road. They're going to top off on fuel here. So that gives the lead to Brandon Thomas in the 4 car. And so we go, double file again. Ready to restart at iRacing Super Speedway. Brandon Thomas, Logan Poo are the top 2. Mark Collier, Michael Viscani, Christian Viscani, whatever you want to call him. He's in 4th. Brett Swinsky. And how about Jacob Mitchell, the 37 car? Damaged in a wreck earlier. He is back up here in the top 10 as well. You got the 26 Tyler Dixon right there. Jeff Acevito's up here. And then Chase Gibbons, Marcus Vanderlee round out the top 10 here tonight as it runs. Coming up on the restart with about 23 laps to go.
A few minutes ago, we talked about Gabe Gazola, and I feel like one of the reasons that Gabe is kind of staying back there is he has his teammate Donald Sturr in the field, and they have both stuck to each other. You see them both pitting at the same time. If they want to go top off, they both top off. So they're staying pretty committed to each other to hopefully generate a run to be there at the end of this race.
And a mighty pretty scheme that Donald Stern has this week. That 43 machine, the Cheerios. We'll say that's the Andretti scheme, I want to say, that he is running tonight. All around iconic paint scheme. Space car is off. Field left in the hands of Brandon Thomas to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. The guys who have speed and the guys who are struggling still with damage on the aero of their cars, like Jason Marshall and Dimitri Munders maybe shuffled back there.
Ultrafar gonna send it to the inside of Brandon Thomas here. He has no one to work with.
Shuffling all about, trying to find any spot you can take. Everybody doesn't want to help the 4 car though. Thomas once again shuffled back to the back.
Sawinski wanted to go with Trafari, but Trafari said, no, I want to stay down here at the bottom of the racetrack for now. Visconti clipped the apron there and won. Poole and Trafari with a huge run down the backstretch. They're going to clear Collier. Here comes Dixon as well.
Who leads? Trafari does not want to play second fiddle to him, though.
And one thing that I'm seeing is as some of the guys in second place that start to pull out to generate that run to go for the lead. The guy in the lead, usually nobody wants to go work with him. We saw it with Brandon Thomas on the restart. Now with Logan Poo. They have both been shuffled to the back as Budimlik once again trying to make it 3 wide. Even 4 wide as it hit it down in 3.
Oh, they're all going to leave that 90 car high and dry.
And Moreau, one of those drivers from the Michael crew, if you want to call it that, he has made his way up to 3rd, helping out his fellow Michael teammates of Hunter Collier and Visconti. Very tight racing around goes Chase Gibbons!
Gibbons in the wall.
Oh, Tyler Dixon!
And the caution is back out. Dixon heavy damage as well in that number 26 machine. His night is going to be done here at iRacing Super Speedway. Take a look at the iRacing, the BRN replay here. Just battling for positions. See right there. Hits the apron in the 68 car. Around goes Gibbons. The outside wall. And then mayhem right here. Just nowhere for 26 to go.
Oh, not really sure what happened there going down the backstretch, but it looks like the 3 car of Jason Marshall. Something happened there with a 4 car. Little contact. Not really sure what that's about.
Back and see if we can find Peter here. Show you folks here what happens. Thomas catching up. Marshall. Dory. I don't know. I don't see a lot out of it, but pit stops being made, some split decisions, some drivers staying out, others pitting. Moondress, I don't know if that's a late pit commitment, but he comes in at the last second. Logan Poo staying out by himself. Could be Visconti leading the field off pit road. But it's Logan Poo that will lead this field back to green. So when we re-rack, we should be going green next time around. When we do that, I think we're going to be going green with about 16, maybe 15 laps to go.
$15 laps is still a pretty good chunk of time for these drivers at this racetrack. Tyler Dixon officially out of the race. He will not continue. Given still repairing his car. Looks like he got his back bumper back. One car will continue.
Field going to be led to green by Logan Pooh in the 01 car.
Yeah, and the last time nobody wanted to work with Pooh. So, you know, you have Bannerly, one of the guys that has been the most aggressive tonight, I would say. He is right behind him, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bannerly tries to go 3 wide here on this restart. Back to the restart.
Green flag gonna fly this time. It's gonna be 16 laps to go. When we go racing, Logan Pooh, Christian Visconti, the front row, back at it here at iRacing Super Speedway.
Another great jump at the inside lane as the outside starts to group here. Going into turn 1. Conzi's going to have a run here down the backstretch with help from Sawinski. AJ Hyder now going to go to the top of the racetrack, make it 3 wide.
Everybody trying everything they can, but it's Visconti leading the field. Coming to the line this time, it's the 15 to go, presented by Ballard Diecast on eBay. It is 15 laps of racing left here at iRacing Super Speedway, barring any overtime, hopefully, that we don't get there. 15 to go. It's go time now for a lot of these guys trying to get up here and put their name in contention to win this race. Visconti leads, but look at the run everybody's going to have behind him. Everybody wants a piece of the race leader.
And Marshall and Hyder had a big run down the backstretch. They just couldn't go anywhere. Looks like they almost had a 2-car tandem reminiscent of the COT days.
Oh, side drag.
Sawinski now.
Everybody getting
Workman's
aggressive. Here comes Ethan Workman now up the middle. But it's Sawinski.
Oh.
Jafari of the wall, big hit for the 9 car. He's getting down to the apron. He's not going to wreck it. He's going to keep it straight. We stay green. Somehow he got off the racetrack.
Oh, big pushes there. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say Bujima dropping back too right now in the number 78 car.
Oh, Bannerly and the 65 of Acevedo almost make contact there coming out of turn 4. Visconti with help from Ryan Barreau now on the outside. Moondra is trying to make his way back up through the field. Oh, big block there by Barone.
And Barone throwing these big blocks doesn't make any sense. He's off the lead lap by 33 laps. What has he got to race for, really, in this situation? Moonders gets shuffled back further back. But up front, the top four just about are lined up nose to tail, no problems. Hyder now jumps to the outside lane.
Yeah, pretty much put Moondros in the wall there. Don't know if there's damage to that 14 car, but now he's at danger. He's at risk of losing this lead draft.
The pushes are getting more intense. The runs are getting bigger. The time to hesitate is getting short. It's go time for these drivers here. Coming to 11 laps to go. You want to be up near the front because you don't know if you'll have a chance to get the run at the end, or if anything that might take you out of it. A wreck in the back half of this field on the last lap, coming to the white flag. We're talking about the fact that could take you out of it without even being wrecked. You can just the wreck and still lose the draft.
One driver that feels like it's go time now is that 24 car, AJ Hyder, looking to get back up to the lead. Doesn't really have any help going down the backstretch now.
Still comfortably in fourth, though, is the 24, and right behind him is Jacob Mitchell. He was in the same accident that Hyder was in earlier. These two both have rebounded back to being in the top five. Visconti right behind in sixth. Vanderlee is in seventh. He had the run-in with Ethan Harrison earlier in this race. And how about Connor Zola, the 16 car, back in the picture as well in the top 10. He's got a shot at this. So does Jeff Acevedo. Sends it to the inside of Jacob Mitchell.
Right at that same picture, the 3 car of Jason Marshall, another one of those cars that had damage earlier, has repaired it and now is back up here with a chance at the win.
Hyder getting shuffled back. He tried the outside lane again. Nobody went with him. He slides back into the line. A lot of these guys really are just hesitant to try runs again. They're more than willing to just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Hyder, however, wants to make moves. Now it looks like Visconti makes the jump up the outside. He's got help from Jacob Mitchell, and I believe that's Jeff Acevedo. Nick Demon coming as well in the background in that number 78 machine. 9 laps of action left here at iRacing Super Speedway. It's still 18 miles to go.
Vanderlee once again going to go with Hyder here as Zola continues to make up ground. He's up to 5th now on the inside lane. Big shot from Vanderlee all the way to the 24. They're going to get past Zola here. Donald Stern in the background falling back. But the battle at the front still continues on. AJ Hyder still trying to make that outside lane work.
He's got help, though, with the 56.
Oh, Connor Zola up the racetrack. Oh, Connor Trafari now in the middle of the pack. He's going to get swallowed there, but what a scary moment for these guys.
Trafari a lap down, just trying to make it around. And the field, having to navigate this 9 car who holds the middle of the racetrack. Everybody took evasive action somehow, some way. We made it through unscathed. 7 to go. That might have helped a little bit, though, breaking up the tension of that pack. Getting everybody kind of splintered back off and separated gives them a better shot at making it to the end of this race. But we'll see in due time here. We still got 7 laps, 6 to go before you get to that there white flag, which will be the final lap of the race. If we do get to the white flag, we won't have another caution, but we have to make it at least another 5.5 laps to get that. Field trails Brad Sawinski in the number 28 camp. Sawinski is your leader. Coming now 6 laps to go.
Oh, Zawinski gonna jump now to the top side of the racetrack. He's gonna have help here from Wayne Kennedy. Not really sure what's up with that 28 car.
Nobody gonna help the 28. He gets shuffled all the way out now. It is now Ethan Workman who leads this field.
And through all that, look who's now in the top 5. That 18 car of Gabe Cazzola.
Right time, right place for Mr. Gabe Cazzola. Somehow, some way, he finds his way up here. He's got a chance at it.
And right behind him, his teammate Donald Sir. We talked about that teammate duo. They are definitely going to work together here to try to get to the front of this field. Oh, Donald Stern gonna get up to AJ Hyder. That was almost a big crash there. They keep it going.
Everybody's still straight. Collier pushing Vanderlee out of sorts. Madrid and Collier now a little bit out of sorts. Squirrely here is everybody trying to just make it to the white flag, trying to make it home in this race.
And a big gap now between second and third. Logan Poo pushed Workman all the way up front. But here comes the run out from Biscotti, Marshall, and the rest of the field.
Trying to make something work here. 4 laps to go. Workman is leading the field. Run coming on the outside. That's Jason Marshall trying to make the top side work in the 3 car.
He has help from Budimlik now. Visconti gonna go now to the top side of the racetrack.
Make a run stick. Gabe Cazzola now. Is he Visconti going to slot back into the bottom lane? 3 more laps.
Marshall.
Oh,
Marshall's getting swapped here.
Yeah, he hung out to dry here.
Hyder falling back as well, so is Acevedo.
Just trying their best. They just want to make it to the white flag. They want it to be a race to the finish. Or at least Workman wants it to be a race to the white flag. He does not want to have to deal with a race to a green-white checkered. I think everybody, maybe on fuel even too, is just wanted to go green to the end and settle it on the last lap.
Fortunate the lap car here once again of Connor Trafari. Trafari this time is going to stay on the bottom of the racetrack.
And everybody's trying to use a draft off that 9 car. Everybody wants to try to tuck in line behind him as fast as they can and then get out of the way. See him wiggling the 9 car. They're on the apron. He knows what they're doing. Oh, car up the high side up near the wall. Brandon Thomas might have caught the wall. I think he did. He's still rolling. A lap and a half. Oh, Jeff Acevedo, big hit to the outside wall. I think Connor Zola involved as well. Maybe also Vanderlee. No, not Vanderlee, just Zola and Acevedo. We stay green. We're coming around this time by. We are going to get the white flag. 1 more lap to come here at iRacing Super Speedway. Take your pick.
And now you're Ethan Workman. You just have to defend. You know the runs are going to come from both lanes, and maybe even a third lane here if Donald Sir can make something work, but just feel helpless there as now Cazzola gonna make it 3 wide at the bottom of the racetrack. Can he have a shot here?
Cazzola, 3rd lane. 3 wide they go, 4 wide, maybe 5 wide. Down the back, everybody's scattering, trying to find spots they can get. Visconti leads, he gets hit by Workman, up the track, around they go. Stern to the lead, Brandon Thomas is there in 2nd. They're still wrecking in the back. Drag race coming to the start-finish line. Take your pick. It's going to be Brandon Thomas. He'll score the victory in the most remarkable finish you'll ever see. And not only is it the win for Brandon Thomas tonight, that is his first career win here in the XASCAR Cessna Cup Series. What a way to get it.
Getting a little tap there from the 3 car of Jason Marshall. Oh. What an absolute race it was here. And it all concludes with another first-time winner here, Brandon Thomas. Wow. Yeah. And Brandon Thomas is actually 9th on the white flag, so he made his way all the way from 9th to the win in just 3 miles.
Thomas with a lackluster burnout, I would say, but chaotic, hectic race finish here. It was a mad dash by the field coming to the line. Visconti trying to block Workman, ends up taking out himself. Collier up ahead. Visconti comes back down into Ryan Barone. You see Logan Pooh, Jordan Madron, everybody just taking themselves out bit by bit, one by one. But it all comes down to this dash for the finish. Brandon Thomas, no questions asked on this one.
And I felt like Gabe Gazzola, and Donald Stern, you know, we talked about how they're teammates. I felt like they could have had something there for Thomas at the end, but wow.
That Wayne Kennedy and Jacob Mitchell right there, nose to nose for 7th place there at the line. Take a look at your race results here tonight. First time win for Brandon Thomas. He gets it done here at the iRacing Super Speedway in a wacky, wild last lap turn of events. Donald Stern will come home in 2nd. Gabe Gazzola in 3rd. AJ Hyder, what a comeback for him tonight. He'll come home 4th. Nick Budimak will come home in 5th, and it's Jason Marshall, Jacob Mitchell just over Wayne Kennedy, Marcus Vanderlee, and Brad Sawinski round out your top 10.
Visconti was leading into turn number 3. He's going to come home in 11th with Logan Pooh in 12th. Ethan Workman in 13th. Hunter Collier in 14th. Dimitri Munder is going to come home in 15th with Chase Given 16th. Connor Zola, last car on the late lap, 17th. Jake Esvito in 18th. Connor Trafari 19th. Rounding out your top 20, it's Michael Kennedy.
And the rest of your field was Jordan Madron in 21st with Tyler Dixon 22nd. I believe Quentin Haley and Ethan Harrison finished the same lap, just about the same time. It's going to score the credit to Harrison finishing 23rd, Haley in 24th. Ryan Barone, because of the extra laps, he was able to get up to 25th. Chris Lilly will finish 26th unofficially. Garrett White 27th. Jamie Wright in 28th. And Nick Donati, the last place finish tonight, in 29th. So I need to go back again. I need to go back. And what I need to go back and see is I need to go back and see the onboard of the number 4 car. How on earth does he navigate through all that and make it to the checkered flag in first? I need to see it. So we'll take you on board for the final lap here with the driver of the number 4. This is Brandon Thomas. This is his final lap here at iRacing Super Speedway. See how he gets through all of this mess. And Ricky, take it away.
Yeah, and to start that lap, Donald Stern trying to make a run there at the top side of the racetrack, couldn't make it work. Down the backstretch, Brandon Thomas. Then in comes Visconti. Thought he was clear in 3, and ultimately, wasn't clear, and that's what got him into the back of Ethan Workman. Then Brandon Thomas just avoiding all the carnage there, and wow.
Everybody comes in and gets in to celebrate there in the finish of this race. Some wrecks, some tumbles. Brandon Thomas walks away victorious. So we're going to talk to our top 3 finishers. First things first, we got to hunt down Mr. Gabe Gazzola and talk to him about the nice finish. So waiting for Gabe will be the first interview. We'll let Gabe talk to Enrique. Just waiting for Gabe. Gabe is just deciding to be fashionably late, of course. There we go. So we'll kick it to Enrique, who's going to catch up with Mr. Gabe Gazzola.
Hey, Gabe Gazzola, it's Enrique Kukalan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy.
Well, Gabe, we talked about you a lot throughout the middle portions of this race, how you were kind of staying in the back there with your teammate Donald Stern, but ultimately a third place finish here at iRacing Super Speedway. How did you get up to the front there in the later portions of the race?
It's really tough, just trying to stay, I don't know, especially once you get into those runs, you kind of have to try to get under people when they push up into the corners. So that's basically what I was trying to do. I kind of set myself, I was like, yeah, about lap 60 is probably when I'll try to get up towards the front. So then, at that point, I was just trying to pick people off the bottom, basically, and then obviously they wreck in front of me, and I just my run got killed because I clipped the apron, kind of trying to avoid it. And then obviously Donald was in front of me, and I was hoping I could push him to the win at that point, but I didn't. Obviously Brandon cleared him and won the race, but a P3 is pretty good. I'll take that.
Yeah, definitely a good result out of iRacing Super Speedway. And we talked about you as well, capturing the win at Daytona earlier in the year. How we always see you at the end of these Super Speedway races, but now only 2 races remain until the chase. You're in a pretty good spot. So what's going to be the mentality here these next 2 weeks?
I feel pretty good about the next 2 tracks. Texas and Homestead. It's a 550 package, so I would a lot of just kind of controlling what I can control in those races. We're gonna be pretty close all together. So if I can just get out of those races without wrecking and try to be top 5 in the points, getting into the chase, that's the goal at least. Is trying to get top 5 entering the chase.
Well, Gabe, third place finish here tonight, and teammate sponsor shoutouts. You got that 18 car into the P3 here tonight.
Shout out Donald. He's working with me the entire race there, and then in the call, Travis and Ryan and Nick. And Nick was also in the race. He got wrecked out early, unfortunately, but yeah, shout out to them.
Well, that's your third place finisher here tonight at iRacing Super Speedway. Gabe Gazzola, we'll let him go, but congratulations on the P3, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, we will send it up to Dawson now in the booth, who's going to catch up with our race winner, Brandon Thomas.
let's talk to our race winner here. Before tonight, his best career finish was a third-place run back in Season 3 at Talladega. His best finish this season thus far, a 9th-place effort twice this season. But tonight, all that doesn't matter. All that matters is he walks away with a race win, a checkered flag in hand for the first time in his career. Brandon Thomas. Brandon, first things first, congrats on the win. It has been hectic. A lot of these races I've seen you in, you've had chances, but things just haven't fallen your way. But tonight, the chips fall for you in your favor. What does it feel like finally winning a race here tonight?
I'll tell you what, it's been a really long time since I've won a XASCAR race. It's been 8 years or so, all the way back to the Xbox days. So it's cool. I don't know how I won. They just all wrecked in front of me. Seas parted, just kept my foot in it and got by everybody. So cool to get a win. Thank all my teammates for their support every week. They do a really good job for me. So.
Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. You were mixing it up there throughout the field in the early goings of this race, and you had some moments where it looked like you were maybe going to be taken out of it, shuffled out, put in the wall. I think you had an incident you were involved in even too, but what was it like just to have to keep fighting back, keep pushing forward despite all of this, just to get back and have this chance of victory?
Yeah, and I couldn't shift in the fourth gear twice too, so I didn't have the pack for a while. I don't know. I really should have been out of the race. I drove through somebody, and it didn't give me any damage, so that was nice. Just had to keep fighting it out, I guess. I didn't really have to do much there at the end. It was just sort of there for me and took advantage. But, yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing out there sometimes, but it's good for it to come together for us once.
Absolutely. Well, it's your first career race win. Just what does it feel like, that the C's part of that last lap? What were your thoughts as you saw the C's part and got that opening to get to the lead there at the end?
I don't know. It just sort of happened. So I just, like I said, I kept my foot in it and let the C's part and do its thing. Like I said, I've won this league twice before. I think once back in Season 1 on Xbox is like 11 years ago. I can't believe I'm saying that now. And then I won once again at Kentucky, 2018, I think, Season 11 of Xbox. So I've been around a while. It's cool to actually put it in victory lane. I don't do that very often, obviously. I think I have probably the 2 longest winless streaks in the Cup history. So not a good stat for me, but happy to get the win nonetheless.
Absolutely, Brandon. Well, it's a race win for you here tonight. Teammates, sponsors, shout-outs. What got you to victory lane?
Thank you.
Floor is yours, Brandon. Any teammates?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I misunderstood.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
You're good.
No, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. I appreciate my teammates, Jason, Dimitri, Ethan, always having my back every week. We got some stragglers that come in and out. Garrett, Pravi, Logan, all of our guys. Good group to be around all the time, and always have fun racing with those guys. And good win for us tonight.
Alrighty, that is your race winner tonight, Brandon Thomas. He finally gets that victory, and he takes home the checkered flag for the first time in his career. Congrats on the win, Brandon.
Thank you.
Well, Enrique, it was a hectic, chaotic, frantic race. And in the end, a first-time winner emerges. What were your thoughts, finally, after this one?
Ooh, definitely a chaotic race as we expected out of iRacing Super Speedway, but you just cannot feel happy. You just cannot feel happy, or I don't know how you say it, but you just
not feel happy. Yes.
You can't not feel happy for Brandon Thomas out here tonight. He talked about the long winless streak for him, and I feel like we didn't really see it in his voice, but I'm pretty sure he's very, very, very content with that win here tonight. But as Gabe Gazzola also mentioned, 2 races to go until the chase, Texas and Miami. True tracks that ultimately they run with a 550 horsepower package, as he mentioned, but are 2 tracks that, of course, are going to provide a lot of action for those guys. And of course, the point standings with only 2 races to go, as we said, the top 12 make it after home after Miami. Brandon Thomas was already in the chase spot, so that will further cement his spot there in the standings. But we got a lot of action still to go this week here on BRN. I believe we have a race tomorrow with the Sofa Racing League at Dover, 150 laps there. So that's going to be another one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to want to tune in for this here on BRN, but that'll do it from us here tonight. Everybody that helps put on this show, I want to thank them all. Enrique, Ryan Bogey, and then everybody else that's helped along the way, everybody that watches these broadcasts, thank you for tuning in as always. That's going to do it from us here tonight. We'll see you next time. For Dawson Allen and Enrique Kukulon signing off, saying so long, have a great rest of your night, and congratulations to Brandon Thomas. First career win comes here tonight at iRacing Super Speedway. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.